Hey guys, welcome to Prince of Peace Tarot. I'm Justin, and today I will be doing a reading for those of you with Sagittarius placements in your chart. So if you have Sagittarius anywhere within your chart, this reading could resonate with you. If you are dealing with the Sagittarius, this reading could definitely resonate with you. And if it does, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. Okay guys, so before I jump into your spread, let's say a prayer. Infinite Creator, Olodumare, to my higher self, my Ori, Eshu, Obatala, to the Egun Marine Laye, Holy Spirit, Spirit Guides, to my benevolent ancestors, known and unknown, Florine Williams, Norman Williams, Exius Willie, thank you for allowing me to source the most accurate reading for those with Sagittarius placements in their chart. All right, guys, let's get into this reading. I got two spreads, okay? I got your tarot spread and your Orisha spread to my right, tarot to the left. We got to talk, okay? Because this energy of the hermit is here and you guys are in hermit mode, okay? And I see that it's difficult and it's something that it's hard to integrate or to accept, okay? To your right over here in your Orisha, I'm seeing a lot of like devil energy because the devil is out, and sexual energy, especially with message from water, okay? This is a very like, sexy kind of picture, but it's in the reverse, right? So there's some sexual energy here. It's kind of here in your tarot to my left too, but we got to be careful. We need to talk about this hermit journey mode that you're in, that darkness, everything that we've been talking about, especially that I picked up in your spirit reading. And we need to talk about sexual energy, okay? And why you need to understand that during this time, what you need to understand about it, how to use it, okay? So your very first card out is the Hermit. I'm gonna go through your first row. It's got a lot. I got so much I wanna say. Got the Hermit as your first card. You have the Nine of Swords as your second card. You have the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups in reverse as your third card. Okay, and then you have the Ten of Wands in reverse as your fourth card. This makes a lot of sense. Okay, Hermit mode tells me what you need to do is be willing to go on this journey and accept the fact that you are on the journey. Now, being in hermit mode could be giving you anxiety, okay? Because you're only using your inner light. And that's the only thing sort of light in your pathway. So things are kind of dark, right? But this is all you need to see. This is what you need to get in tune to, is the inner light, the inner self. Now, if that's not causing you anxiety, which it could be keeping you up at night, what's causing you anxiety is that you keep returning to a bad habit with Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups says, I've left something, okay? I've left it. It may have made me happy, may have gave me some sort of fulfillment, but I had to walk away. It's like you're at the bar, you're having a good time, but this last drink I'm drinking, this one might send me over the edge. It might have me dancing on tables, acting, a fool. So before I do that, I'm gonna walk out and leave, okay? Before I go back to that thing that, it seems to make me happy, but really I know turns out to be kind of sour, I'm leaving. But in the reverse, like it came in the spread, says I'm back at it again. I'm back at it again, because cups talk about emotions. It brings me some sort of short-term emotional fulfillment, but then when I do it, I'm back feeling like this again. Why did I do that? I did it again. And and I know I'm supposed to be on this path, but I keep returning to the old path with the Eight of Cups in the reverse. I keep returning to the old path. And what I want to do is release this burden. I want to release this burden. I want to get rid of it, okay? Now, your second row, we have the Ten of Cups in the upright. We have the Hierophant. This is the Hierophant, but it came in the reverse, okay? We have the Six of Cups in the upright, and we have the Four of Pentacles in the upright. Now, your Ten of Cups sits below your Hermit. The thing you don't understand is going on this journey is going to bring you happiness, real fulfillment, the fulfillment you're looking for. It could bring you the relationship you want. It could create the family you're looking for. This could bring even financial stability, okay? It could even bring you financial stability, but you have to be willing to go down the journey, all right? The Hierophant in the reverse talks about discipline, okay? Discipline, learning, could talk about initiations. This is definitely, from a spiritual sense, you guys are going through a spiritual initiation. It's this dark side part, okay? Learning the ego and the shadow self is what you're doing, right? So when you get the Hermit and the Hierophant in the same spread, it's actually telling you to prepare. And I've been telling you guys that you need to prepare. Something's coming up for you, whether that be an energetic spiritual upgrade or something actual tangible in the 3D, okay? And again, this preparation we have, I also have a card denoting time. We have the air element. So air signs, that's Gemini, Virgo, and what is it? The air signs are, no, sorry, I said Gemini, Virgo. Gemini, Libra, and Aquarius, okay? So Libra season is the fall, that's October. Aquarius season is February, and that's the winter. And I keep telling you guys, fall and winter, right? So those are seasons that are denoted for a certain change or a shift starting to happen. Hermit and Hierophant are saying prepare. Now, this actual preparation will bring you harmony. This will bring you harmony, okay? You also, there's something, give me a second, because I had something to say about, did I say the Hierophant? Guys, this is the Emperor. This is the Emperor. But it's the same thing. This came in reverse, okay? The Emperor talks about discipline, okay? Emperor is card number 4 for a structure, all right? So the fact that it came in the reverse is saying that you are lacking structure. Okay, there's a certain lack of structure, discipline. Okay, it's the same thing. 6 of Cups talks about harmony. 4 of Pentacles talks about being blocked off, being reserved, okay? And that could be the thing. It could be that you need to be a little bit more reserved in your energy, all right? To have some sort of inner harmony and stability, all right? With the 6. Give me a sec. Yeah, now, in your your third row, you have the 4 of Wands, another 4 in the reverse, okay? So the Emperor is card number 4. Then we have the 4 of Wands in reverse, which is talking about a lack of structure, okay? A lack of foundation. So that's two cards. You got angel number 44. Let me see what other angel numbers you have. You also have angel number 1010 with 10 of Wands, 10 of Cups. Sorry about that, guys. Okay, and I'm sorry, I said 44. You have 444 because the Emperor is 4, 4 of Wands is in the reverse is 4, and so is the 4 of Pentacles in the upright. All right, 444. All right, that's that's protection and guidance, And now we have next to the 4 of Wands in reverse, we have the Hangman in reverse. Okay, you have to see your life from a different perspective. You have to look at all the lessons and things you went through from a different perspective and to see why it got you to the point that you're at. Not that it's saying like, oh, I did a bunch of stuff that got me a lot of bad outcomes, which you may have, you may not have. But whatever happened in your life that was out of your control, there were lessons in that, okay? It's really, I don't want to tell you guys like everything in your life is because you chose it to be that way. But in a sense, it is. That bad thing that happened to me out of nowhere, I chose for that to happen, for somebody to do something bad to me. No, I'm not saying that. But when you come into existence, there is a destiny and a path that you choose. And there are certain experiences that you need to feel in order to take that trajectory, okay, towards your destiny. So in a sense, your soul from a higher level may have chose to go through certain hardships in order for it to grow, to learn, and fulfill its destiny. That's looking at something from a different perspective, okay? It's to stop your ego from victimizing itself and saying, maybe there's a bigger reason that I went through these things and I'm still standing, you know? That I'm gathering lessons and things that I could share with other people, and I will be able to share it if I will sit my ego down in order for me to share, you know, and to talk about these things, right? Okay, so next to the Hangman in the reverse, we have the King of Swords in the reverse. all right? This is you not feeling successful, not being disciplined. Again, we have discipline here. We have a lot of cards talking about discipline, all right? So then the Five of Wands is in the reverse, okay? And this is competition. This could be jealousy. This could also be the fact that you could be dealing with people you should not be involved with right now. See, this is the conflict of you. This is your first card out. You just being by yourself, and then you dealing with other people as the last card. This is it, because I can see it over here to my right. Okay, you guys ready for this? At the top of your deck for your Orisha, you have the Five of Water in reverse. Now this guy is hanging onto a branch that's falling. It's about to snap, and he's about to sink. He's gonna drown, right? And then underneath we have the Devil, okay? So what this is saying is, what you're holding on to so strong and so tight, resisting this hermit mode, this inner transformation, the thing you're holding on to though is weak, and it will break. It will break, and you could drown. But here, let's read what this card means in the reverse. Give me a second. It's Five of Water. Okay, give me 1 sec. Five of Water. Five of Water. Oh, I passed it. Five of Water in the reverse says possibility of holding on to a new hope. Okay? Perhaps nature pities you, and the tree that you once cut down will start to grow again and develop the branch. It says the only opportunity that you can hold on to be able to get out of that muddy, dangerous water. It says if your karma so allows it, you will start again and try to love and seek love. You will have a new group of friends and a different scale of values. So they're asking you to elevate your values, elevate the people that are around you. You need new friends, not these Five of Wands in reverse friends. These are the wrong friends, okay? You know, be careful about the company you keep. See, because they possibly represent this devil energy inside of you, okay? And that's the thing. They're saying that this is weak, and that you actually have the opportunity to have a new love, new friends, if you recognize that what you're holding on to is weak. Because remember, I told you that in this hermit path is where you get your 10 of Cups, right? This is where you fail. This is how you fail, sticking with the old stuff. You're gonna drown. Here, and we're gonna get into that about sex energy and these certain people that you're around in a second, okay? So I already told you, we talked about the air element, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, okay? For these certain times you guys need to be aware of. Now, where's the book? Okay. And the reason why I know we're talking about a sexual energy is because we have Four of Air, okay, another Four, Message of Water, which I showed you earlier. This card in between the 10 of Air, another air card, 10. 4 and 10 keeps popping out big time for you guys. 4 and 10 are two numbers that we're seeing. So give me 1 second, which 4 is your stability, that structure. 10 is beginning a new cycle, okay? It's starting a whole new cycle. So I'm gonna read you Four of Air in the reverse. Four of Air in the reverse. This is saying illness, convalescence, need of rest in the reverse. Need of rest and cure, wounds and sorrows caused by loneliness. Nobody understands or remembers you, okay? See, you're feeling all lonely, and you're looking and searching for things that don't serve you, because those things you start pulling in out of your loneliness could bring you illness, okay? And if the loneliness is the biggest hurt, then you need to figure out why I'm not comfortable being with myself, okay? And it's your ego. And I'm not trying to say, oh, you got a big ego. I'm gonna explain this whole ego thing in a second, but we're gonna keep going and then I'm gonna close it out. So, message from Water right here. Okay, we got her with the booty, but it's in the reverse. So here we go, hold on. Message of Water. 1 sec, guys, I'm gonna get this for you. Bear with me and thank you. I should have written the page number down, but I had hit record, wasn't even thinking. Here we go. All right. So message of water. What this card in the reverse is saying: failure in thoughts. Failure in thoughts, determination, unreal dreams or fantasies, carnal or consumptuous desires, a slightly unethical or immoral triumph, failure in different things and in different levels. So carnal and consumptuous desires. And it talked about fantasies here too. So at the bottom of your tarot spread, we have the Seven of Cups in reverse. Okay, so this is the Seven of Cups in the upright, but this is the one in the reverse. Try not to believe in fantasies and illusions, right? Don't start creating, especially in a relationship thing, where if the sex is really good with somebody, you're projecting that you guys can have a relationship that really can't happen. Now, after this message of water about these fantasies and desires, we have another card, 10 of air, with all these dead birds. All right, so let's see what all these dead birds are about. 10 of water. 10 of water. 10 of water says 10 of air. I said 10 of water, guys. I'm sorry. 10 of air says, 10 of air says economic and material ruin, sadness or sad feelings, bad health. The prediction of this card is not at all favorable. It speaks of ill omens, misfortune of all kinds. Now we got two cards talking about some form of illness. This is talking about sadness and financial ruin. It is these carnal thoughts over sexualizing or focusing your sexual energy in a negative way that is going to harm you. These two cards, these two air cards are around this, okay? Because in the upright, this card isn't talking about, those carnal desires being negative, or not carnal desires being negative, but your sexual energy being negative. See, hold on. And that's the thing you need to understand, is that you're just funneling sexual energy in the wrong way. What I'm talking about, I'm not trying to tell you guys, and I always say this, I'm not trying to tell you to be virginal. If you want to, that's fine. What I'm telling you is you need to be aware of how to use sexual energy to your benefit. See, because in the upright, this card talks about triumph, okay? Pleasure in realizing that you are able to defeat difficulties, okay? Getting energetic help, material or energetic factors of any level or interpretation. What it's saying is, it says, realization that you were able to defeat the difficulties, either with or without the help of others, material or energetic factors on any level. You have resorted to your integrity as a thinking and rational being, and defeated base desires and interests as a way to reach your proposed aim. Defeated base desires and interests as a way to, as a way to reach your proposed aim. Okay, as a result, your plans came true because you were able to tame the beast within. As a result, your plans came true. All this may be hard at the beginning, but not at all unpleasant. Meaning it may be hard to wrestle those sexual energies, to get them, contain them. But once you do, things aren't so unpleasant afterwards. Like you don't need to keep doing it, and your outcomes are so good, you'll be glad that you did. This is why you have this, because it's so hard to wrestle it. To say I'm just gonna go on this path and not do that. Oh, it's bringing me so much anxiety at night. I don't know what to do with myself. I'm horny all the time. That's what the devil is saying. I'm horny all the time. I gotta do something. I have to please myself because I don't know what's going on, right? And your last card here, your very last card, is Ace of Fire, but it's in reverse. And I love this card when it's in the upright, but it's in the reverse. And I'm just going to read the last part of it so that you can understand what I'm talking about. Okay? So your Ace of Fire says, it's talking about there will be, this is in the reverse. It says useless efforts, which is like having too much sex or whatever it is you're doing. Useless efforts, because they will not be taken into account. Those efforts aren't taken into account. It's not put into anything proper, so it's a waste. It's a waste. I can't take you having a lot of sex with whoever, you masturbating, you doing whatever you're doing into account. That energy is not stored up. It doesn't serve anything, right? It says you are not feeling valued. You are hurt, and the offense will lower your defenses. And that's the thing. Sometimes we seek validation through the act of sex, okay? And when we're not getting it, we feel like I'm not worth it, or we find too much worth in sex, the sex act itself. But we're coming at it from a very a low conscious, unconscious level, and it's causing us harm because we talked about sicknesses and losses of income, right? Guys, remember what I told you about the whole masturbation thing and the dream that I had. So when God was telling me, okay, it's time for you to slow down and be celibate, and I said, fine, I'll be celibate, but then I started masturbating a lot, right? And that wasted my energy. And then I told you about the dreams that I had about what masturbating to pornography, okay, because some of you guys are like, I can't masturbate. I was talking about masturbating to pornography. That parasite entity that kind of is formed when you do that, right? Because what that parasite is going to do is constantly ask you to do it over and over and over again, okay? The thing is that you're wasting sexual energy. Sexual energy is all around us. Everything in creation is sexed, okay? Two certain principles come together to create something. So when we're creating, when we're thinking, there's a sexual energy flowing. When you are having sex with people with no basis or real outcome for something, it's a waste of your energy, right? And by that I mean, one of the bases of you guys having sex is to build a real connection. But if you are having sex with multiple partners and you know that this person has no feelings towards you, then you're wasting the sexual act with that person. Okay, we're not connecting. We're not uncovering each other. We're not letting our egos down and our guard down in order to see the real us in the sex act. No, what we're doing is just getting pleasure and then moving on about our business. Like animals, like what an animal would do, okay? And I'm not calling you an animal, but we have animal consciousness in us. We have levels of consciousness, right? And there's nothing wrong with understanding you have an animal consciousness, that fire and that drive. It serves a purpose in and of itself too, but you use it. This life is about choices, about how to act on certain things, right? Choose to use that animal fire energy in a different way. You guys got to transmute that sexual energy into things more productive, okay? Into something more productive. And I'm only talking like this because I see ruin around sex energy. It's the only reason I'm talking about it like this, okay? Sexual energy is very, very, very powerful, okay? That's why we kind of get stuck on it. But what the devil teaches us, because the cards that you have out here, the three major arcana cards with the devil, the hermit, and the hangman in reverse are inner cards about your inner being and inner workings. This is what you're working on right now. So if you don't understand how to work with sexual energy, it will ruin you, because sexual energy is so powerful. Like even back when I was watching porn, you could almost see it. You know, the lust is so strong, and people almost have sex like it's a religion. Okay, even if you've ever dealt with a sex addict or a narcissist who is big with sex and stuff like that, that is the closest thing for them to getting to God, okay, that orgasm, because they refuse to look at life from a spiritual aspect. The thing is you do know the spiritual side of life, but you're lacking faith in believing that it's going to work for you. So you turn to something more 3D and real for you, what you think is real, but really it's lacking. It's weak, okay? And this is so funny that we have the Emperor and the Devil. In the traditional tarot, so like in the Rider-Waite, the Emperor, the very like original card of the Emperor. The Emperor sits on a cube, right? And the cube represents creation, okay? And it makes sense that it represents creation because the Emperor is the form, you know? The Empress gives that creative energy, and the Emperor is the form for it, the masculine and the feminine. Give me the creative energy to actually make what we see, okay? To make something real, right? When those two principles come together. But the devil in the traditional tarot doesn't sit on a whole cube. He sits on half a cube, and it looks like a rectangle. And it's only, what that's saying is you're only seeing half the picture. you're only paying attention to the material world. That's the only part you're believing in. And that part will bring destruction. That will bring you destruction. Now, I'm not advocating sex magic and different things like that. And what I'm trying to say is, when I'm saying I'm not advocating, I'm not telling you to do something you don't know how to do. And I've never done anything with sex magic, so there's nothing I could tell you, right? The only thing I can tell you to do outside of sexual rituals in order to create manifestations out of sex is to transmute your sexual energy. That's what you have to do. You need to understand it and transmute it, okay? See, the devil could either be talking about an obsession or it could be talking about a release. Okay, and I know a part of you guys are actually finding the new you, and you are exploring all these parts of you, your wild side, your more spiritual side, all of these sides. But if you don't understand them and use the energy properly, the energy falls back on you and hurts you. When you can transmute the sexual energy, you release it in more positive ways that benefit you and benefit others. When you hold on to it and hoard it, or deal with selfish sex acts, you actually make the energy eat away at you. One way to know that you're dealing with negative sexual energy, and this can be seen in pornography, is when you start seeing abuse in a partner you're dealing with or in the sex you're watching via porn. Smacking, spitting, disrespecting. You're seeing people who want to have more public sex, more extreme sex. And it's extreme because they don't know what to do with all of that energy. The energy is now taken over them. Okay? You don't want to be a part of that. You don't. You're dealing with a certain entity or a spirit that is created from a lack of wisdom and knowledge of using sexual energy. See, some people are so afraid of rituals and magic and just what we're talking about. They're so afraid, but they don't know on their day-to-day basis the day-to-day things that they engage in are rituals in and of themselves, and entities are all around. Even when you're dealing with someone or watching people do extreme things, okay, those are rituals, and there are entities around. The sex act is a ritual, okay? So be very mindful about what you can't break away from. See, God only wants you, and your angels and your guides want you to stop doing it to understand it. Not because you're dirty, not because you're bad, or sex is bad. It's you have a lack of understanding around sexual energy. And that energy can destroy you because it's so powerful. It could work against you. It could tear your life apart. Okay, and you don't want that. You don't want to live like people who don't care, who just don't care. You are going through these feelings and these stages as uncomfortable as they are because your soul is begging to grow and to come out. You are meant to shine your light. This light is meant to be shined. It's supposed to shine. And you have a higher purpose and a higher calling. And the thing is that you need to understand all of you and not just get lost in parts of you when you feel uncomfortable, okay? The ego is what is slowing you guys down. The ego is causing the stagnation, okay? For those of you who are feeling like, oh, things are going slow, it's because your ego is fighting your inner self coming out. When you feel like, oh, I'm about to read something, but then I'm just going to scroll through my phone, or I'm going to complain about the past, or I'm just going to sit because I don't know what the heck to do. That's your ego. It's trying to stop you. Whatever your intuition has been telling you to do that thing. While you are in this darkness or your underworld or whatever this is for you, okay? Because this is for your growth. Only focus on something productive, because there is, in that dark, I swear to God, you guys are being reset. Whatever was happening for your life is no longer going to happen. But we need to understand and do away with the past. And by do away with, stop behaviors from the past, but understand why everything was the way it was. That's why you get that time to reflect. Because this darkness is literally realigning a new timeline for you. That's why I'm getting all these new dates and these other people coming in to help you, because you're being rerouted to a different timeline that the darkness is asking you to shed certain things, to readjust yourself to a new time and space. Things are literally being adjusted for you. But if you don't understand that I am being realigned to a new timeline, to a higher path, something better where things are just, wait, 10 of Cups, where life is so much better for me. If you can't understand it, you'll take all your energy and work against yourself. And in the end, you won't have anybody else to blame but yourself. You won't be able to talk about your past because, you know, your ancestors and guides are saying we put you in the dark so you can understand your past, put it in its right context, and move forward. That's what you're supposed to do. Okay, guys? So, I hope I said everything that needed to be said, okay? That is the reading that I have for you. If it resonates, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. That way you'll be updated anytime that I put out a reading. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, the link to book is in the description box below. Also, the updated Patreon playlist is in the description box below. And August 29th, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, I'm doing a group reading on Zoom, but the link for the Zoom will be on Patreon. So make sure to join. We have a ton of readings that are on there. I think we're on like episode 46, okay? Episode 46, but the link for the group reading will be on Patreon, okay, guys? That is what I have for you. Yeah, that's it. All right, guys, I hope you enjoy your day.